Hey everyone, welcome to the Stronger Than Yesterday free challenge. So tonight is just going to be really an intro video, and as you're getting on, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, let me know, first of all, are you here live, you're catching the replay, and where are you joining from? Like I said, this is just going to be an intro video, but also I'm going to go over some information about building strength physically and how those habits can also translate into other kinds of strength. So, and I'm also going to give you kind of a roadmap for the week of how this challenge is going to work. But first of all, a little introductory information. And by the way, these videos are going to be at 8 o'clock Central every night this week, Monday through Friday. I just, I wanted to do them a little earlier, to be honest with you guys, because like the sooner I get the video done, the sooner I can put my pajamas on. But it's just like too much to get home and cook dinner and eat dinner and, prepare the content for you guys and be ready with everything by 7 o'clock. So we're doing them at 8, and I really apologize for being so wishy-washy. It's been really kind of a crazy week with technology, so thank you for your patience. Just clicking over to my talking points here, so I have the right thing in front of me. But yeah, I know that I haven't put up the first daily post. I'm going to do it right after this. It's just been kind of, like I said, a weird week. So I know normally I bring in quite a few new people for each new free challenge that we offer and just really get some new faces in here. Well, this month, it was one thing after another, and then I was only running the ad last night, and the ad was not approved. And I think normally I don't have that issue with Facebook ads. I know what the rules are and what gets approved and not approved. So I have to try again. And, it's not too late to join. These videos are going to be up through June 30th. So if you're just seeing this, obviously if you're seeing it today, you have plenty of time. But if you're seeing it anytime, for a couple of weeks in the future from when this video is recorded, you still have plenty of time to participate in the challenge and complete the challenge. And I'm going to go out after this and hopefully get us some new faces in here. But like I said before, I think there are quite a few people who have been here for a long time and know me pretty well, but there are also quite a few new faces who maybe haven't participated, like if you joined with the intention to participate in a previous month and then just life got in the way. So I hope that you will fully take part in this challenge. I always like to allow time, if this week is a busy week, but we don't let it stretch on forever, right? Because then we have the best intentions of coming back to things and we just don't do it. So the videos are going to come down after June 30th. You won't have access to them. And the discount that I'm offering for working with me is also going to go away after that time. So everyone who participates in this challenge, if you're not already a customer of mine, you would get a discount for signing on for one of my programs. And I'll tell you more about those as the week goes on. But there also is, aside from a discount, there is going to be an incentive for participation. And I just want to mention that because I hope that you'll get some really useful information, through the course of the week. We're going to be going over, my water bottle is like my baby here. We're going to be going over, can you say security blanket? No, we're starting with, physical strength, exercise. You're going over nutrition, supplements, the role of your support system, and then self-care. So those are really the 5 elements we're going to be talking about with reference to building strength. And like I said, I hope you come away just with having learned quite a bit and with new perspectives on how to get stronger and why you would want to. Hey, Erin, thanks for getting on. So that's really my hope for you this week. But I also like to sweeten the pot a little bit just by sending you a little something fun in the mail. So essentially, the way that you can participate is after this video. Well, first of all, ask questions during the video and respond to what I'm saying. But in addition to that, there is going to be a discussion thread for each day, and you'll see those clearly labeled in the group, with some questions, some food for thought to help you really make these concepts your own beyond just listening to the video, but to consider, like, how does this apply to your life? So look for that right after this. And there's also going to be an email as well that's going to have additional resources. But the way that you participate is by commenting on the discussion thread and commenting on the daily videos. So if you participate, anyone who participates at all, going to get some samples of the supplements that I mentioned. I thought that would be a nice thank you gift to really to allow you to try some of these things that I'm raving about at no cost to you. So listen for more of what exactly that's going to be, but you'll be getting something edible and delicious that's also going to help you build some strength. And then if you participate all 5 days, you're going to get a deluxe strength/self-care package with multiple supplements and also some other self-care goodies. So just as an incentive to really finish what you start, right, and participate beyond day 1 all the way through to day 5. And the deadline for completing is June 30th, as I said before. So now let's get into the heart of the challenge and what we're talking about this evening. So why did I want to do this challenge? Well, I think this is really intended to be one of the signature program's hallmarks of my coaching. This is essentially what I help people work on, helping people get stronger, helping people reach goals that they may not have thought would be possible for them. And oh, thank you, Erin. That's so sweet. She says, I love your packages. Yeah, I mean, I love to send gifts in the mail. I don't know. I didn't think gifts were my love language, but maybe they are, because I really enjoy sending them. I like getting them too, but I like giving them more. I like mail, really. I love getting letters, so maybe that's why. Anyway, I have to stop getting distracted. I love it when people comment, though. So helping people not only build physical strength, but helping people build their determination muscle. So I really want you guys to see the connection. Like, there are lots of benefits to physical strength and having muscle on your body, and I'm going to talk about those tonight. But the habits that you set up in building that strength serve you in other ways in life. And so that's going to be part of what I talk about as well, and where we go with the discussion questions. But if I would wish for one takeaway for you, that's really what it is, that when we're heading, I head to my basement, some people head to the gym to do a workout, that it's really about so much more than just the physical changes that you're seeing, although those are really important as well. And so just a tiny bit of background for those who might be new to this group. I'm Elizabeth, obviously, but I have had a virtual wellness coaching business for about 4 years now. And I work with groups of people, mostly women, but some men too, every month. And I'm affiliated with a company that has a workout video library and supplements and just really like A+ products in every area. So these are things that I use myself, that I recommend, and I will be talking about them throughout the week, but that's not the point of this challenge. The point of this challenge is really for you to learn something and for people to get a taste of working with me without having to purchase anything. So that's really the intention here. I have a background as a personal trainer, yoga instructor, did certifications for both of those once upon a time, and I'm not teaching in person currently, but I probably will pick up some classes at some point in the future. But for right now, my work is only online, and I love it. But, I still also have a day job. So doing both of those just about takes up all my time right now. All right, so let's talk about strength, and more specifically about having muscle on your body. So, when you get the follow-up email, if you have not joined the email list for this challenge, make sure you do that, because there's going to be a ton of resources that, don't want to make this video an hour long. So there's going to be a lot of follow-up, really cool information for you guys. I love to read about exercise and building strength and how those things influence our health. And so I'm going to send you some really great articles on the best ways to build strength, build muscle, and why it's so important. So make sure you're signed up so you get those resources. But in a nutshell, there are just so many health benefits. I mean, it's like, this is not going to be a short explanation, but I really want you guys to remember this, that, okay, so first of all, metabolic. So I was just listening to a training with one of the Beachbody nutritionists today, and he did like exercise science, in a physiology lab before he joined Beachbody, so he really knows his numbers. So adding a pound of muscle to your frame is going to burn an extra 14 calories over the course of a day. It's not that much, right? But then think if you add 10 pounds of muscle, which is a lot, but then, when we hear about like an extra 100 calories a day can cause you to gain weight over time, well, it's going to pretty much erase that if you have more muscle on your frame. I mean, obviously depending on how much we're, eating in excess and how much muscle we have, like, it's a balance. But essentially, the more muscle you have, the more energy your body is going to burn while you're just at rest. And then in addition to that, is of course the activity that you're doing to build the muscle, which is usually quite a calorie burner as well. And, both of those are really important metabolic benefits. So, I mean, obviously we know that being active helps us maintain a healthy weight, but even beyond that, specifically having more muscle on your frame, right? So it's not just doing cardio is good, certainly preferable to being sedentary, but you really want to incorporate strength training in some fashion. I left my notes upstairs, which is probably fine because I really know this like the back of my hand, but I tend to like forget where I was going. So just taking a little note. Okay, so metabolic is number one, but then, so there's like a 1A, which is a different kind of metabolic benefit. So our muscles just act as storage depots for blood sugar. Like when, say you eat a cookie and you have this spike of blood sugar, and then your pancreas has to release insulin to balance that. And over time, one thing that contributes to developing diabetes is eating too much sugar, and you burn out your pancreas, and it just, after so many times and just so much volume of the insulin response, it can't make anymore. That's part of what contributes to developing type 2 diabetes, okay? But when we have more muscle, it's like extra storage space. So it helps to mop up that glucose out of our blood. It takes up the blood sugar, so your pancreas doesn't have to release as much insulin. Isn't that cool? So, the glucose is stored in the muscles, and it helps to bring your blood sugar levels down and under control more quickly, which I think is really fascinating. So like the same two people who exercise and maybe are the same weight, but one has more muscle, is going to have a better response to a glucose intake. Hopefully that made sense. I find this stuff really fascinating, but sometimes it's like really hard to articulate, like when I grasp it, but I like have to put it into just kind of terms that make sense in my head. Hopefully it makes sense to you guys too. All right, so those are metabolic benefits. So one that really kind of surprised me actually was depression. So having more muscle on your frame, there's just another study that came out about this last week. People who regularly strength train and carry more muscle are less likely to have depression, and their depression would be less severe. So I don't think it's really known what the mechanism is, but that's like evidence enough for me. Like, I don't know about you, I'm someone who really has struggled with depression, and, especially in the winter. And so this is part of why strength training is really a non-negotiable for me. Like, it's a part of my life, and I think it will always be in one form or another. So let's see, what else? What else can I come up with since my notes are upstairs? I talk about this all the time. I mean, part of it is there's just an overall strength and balance benefit. So anytime you're exercising, you're working on your balance because you're moving your body in new and different ways. So think of like, you know, if you're stepping off a curb, you turn your ankle. Do you fall down or are you able to recover? Part of it depends on, like, imagine, so if you do workouts that involve jumping, you're kind of used to that motion of pushing off of the ground. But then if your muscles are stronger, then you're also better able to catch yourself and hold yourself up rather than falling. So this becomes like preventive maintenance as we age, right? It's really important. Working on strength, balance, both of those together. All right, let me look at the comments. Exercise helps me with feelings of being overwhelmed. I think that should say stressed. Yeah, it definitely helps me with that too. It helps sleep quality, exercise in general. I'm not sure specifically if muscle does. I'd have to look, but. So those are just a handful. There's going to be more in your email. There probably will be more that come to me as I continue to speak. But so that's why to make strength training specifically a part of your routine. And like I said before, I do have access to what I honestly think is the world's best library of workouts. So, you know, just a short shameless plug for that. But if it's, you know, if you want to try at-home workouts, I'm here, and there's always a 14-day free trial if you don't have a membership already. But it's just about the most convenient way, as long as you have weights that you can use at home. Obviously, you know, if you don't have that equipment, it's something you can do in a gym. There are classes, there are different, all kinds of different places that you can do strength training. And there's even actually within our workout library too, but, you know, body weight training, things like push-ups build muscle, and it's resistance training, even though you're not using weights. So now this gets to one of the ways that this type of training is not just physical. So think about, say you have a workout that you want to do when you're traveling, and you get to the hotel gym and they don't have the equipment you need. So you have some choices, right? You can do a different type of workout. You can make the moves work with the equipment that you have and maybe do some variations, but you have to get creative. And obviously there are other ways in life that we can work on this, but this is one of the ways that I think an exercise habit really helps us stay young mentally and helps us be good at problem solving in all areas of life. Is like when you committed and you decided, I'm going to do this every day or 4 days a week, 6 days a week, but whatever you decided, you committed to your habit, then you become resourceful because you don't want anything to get in the way of that. So, you know, some people think that it's weird or that I'm too set in my ways because I do usually exercise when I'm on vacation, but to me, it's a fun challenge. Like, what workout can I do in my hotel room and still get a really good workout with no equipment? What can I, like, even going to, I did like a temporary membership at a gym in Mexico, a 1-week membership when we were there. And that is like, that took a lot of courage actually for me, because I don't really speak much Spanish, like to go to the gym. And I mean, mostly nobody talked to me once I got my membership, but like, it was like, if somebody talks to me, I don't know how to answer them. And like, there was some fear involved that I had to get past. So I think, you know, there are ways that this habit makes us adventurous and makes us mentally strong and makes us resourceful that I think are really good for us beyond all of those health benefits that I just described to you. And I also want to talk about finishing things we started. So this, I think, is really where the value of like these defined programs that I offer. And obviously like this is not the only system that has like a workout program that you start and finish. But if it's a 21-day program, or it's a 30-day program, or it's a 80-day program like the one I'm doing right now, you start on day one and you don't want to say I quit. So that is a big part of what makes me keep going day after day. And again, you know, there are different formats that this could look like. Maybe you sign up for a class at your gym and it's 12 weeks, and or there are like different fitness challenges they have at gyms and health clubs. But there really is value in committing to something, because, you know, something defined for a defined period of time, where there's defined start and end point, because the going might get tough in the middle. It makes you push yourself harder and then accomplish things that maybe you thought you couldn't, just because you don't want to quit, right? Being stubborn can be a good thing sometimes. And obviously, if you get injured, something like that, got to rethink and not force it, you reevaluate. But if it's just a case of, you're like, oh, this is hard, and I kind of don't want to go today, I don't want to do this workout, but then you're like, okay, I'm going to finish this because I'm going to prove I can finish this. There's some motivation there, right? Now, what about things that you thought you couldn't do that you learned you could? So this is actually one of your follow-up. So this is one of the questions on the thread. So the first one is, do you regularly work on your strength, physical or mental, and how? So I just want you to reflect on that. And physical is pretty obvious, right? How you might work on that. But if you feel like there's an activity in your life that helps you work on your mental strength, just reflect on that a bit. And then I'd love for you to tell us what it is in the comments. But if you're just like writing it in your journal, that's cool too. And I always get people who private message me, and that's fine. I would love for you to be part of the discussion, but if you feel like this is something that you want to just keep between you and me, that's okay too. And it will still count for your participation points. Okay, and then number 2, what have you been telling yourself will never be possible for you that just might be possible? So we did a challenge last month about push-ups, and some of my clients have been seeing some really incredible progress with push-ups, where they thought they could never do one on their toes, and they just basically had given up on trying. And there are ways that you can work up to it. So if you missed that, gosh, I think the videos are still in the group. I have to check that. But if you can't find them, message me. And I'll get the materials to you because I want you to have access to that. So, but anyway, so it starts with like really simple variations that pretty much anybody could do, and describes how to build your strength up gradually. So this is one of those mental habits that I was mentioning. This isn't all just physical, it's way deeper than that. So if there's something and you're just like, that's off the table, I'm never going to be able to do that. Well, are you sure? And if it's truly something that is not possible and will never be possible, then is there something similar that you could do that, you know, would provide a similar benefit or a similar sense of accomplishment, but something kind of in the same ballpark? Maybe a modified version, things like that. And of course you have to decide what's important to you and what is maybe just not a priority right now, but there really is something to saying, you know, taking something that you said, I can't do that, I'll never be able to do that, and working step by step and having the belief that, okay, I really want to try this. I'm not sure if it's possible, but I want to give it a shot. You know, like suspending that disbelief, putting in the work, bit by bit transforming disbelief into belief in yourself. It's really an incredible process. And once you experience it, it's a little bit addictive and you'll want to apply it to other things in your life. I think honestly, that's part of what compels people to do these really long races, Ironmans, what's the really long run? I don't remember what it's called, but these really long distances where, I mean, and this is one thing where I'm like, I probably am never going to do that. But there are other challenges where I choose to apply myself, you know, and I think, I don't know. I would like to think that with the right training, I could do an Ironman, even though it seems completely impossible to me right now. And then, you know, before you know it, maybe you are, I don't know, starting your own business or going to graduate school, or I don't know. There's a million things I could think of where it's not something you ever thought was possible. And then all of a sudden you start to dream a little bit and think, well, just maybe. But like, I feel that accomplishing goals that seemed impossible really sparks that sense of possibility in us. That's really important. Okay. Just want to collect my thoughts for a minute. Okay, what else did I promise to tell you guys in this video? Working on strength, why we would want to, physical and mental. Is there anything else in the name of the video that I didn't address yet? I'll be sure to put it in the post if there was anything. Let me look at the comments. Erin says, push-ups on my toes and upper dog with my thighs off the floor seemed impossible last year. That's so awesome. That really is. And you can't do pull-ups unassisted. You know, I haven't tried one in a while because I don't have a pull-up bar, but I really want to. That's one that I'm going to go for. I just decided. Pull-ups, I'm doing it. Let's work on it together, Erin. But yeah, that's something I really thought, I'll just never probably be able to do that. And I think maybe with all the strength work I've been doing, it might be possible one day. Let's see. Let's go for it. All right, guys, I have a feeling I forgot the last thing that I promised to tell you about in this video. I'm really not very organized today, but it'll get better, I promise. I'm going to do the post for tomorrow right after this so that you guys have it in the morning. And, okay, like I said before, make sure you sign up for the emails, and you'll be getting a lot of additional resources there. And if I missed anything in this video that I promised, I will definitely mention it in the email as well as the daily post that's going up after this. Thank you for your patience, guys, and I promise this is going to be a really good and fun challenge. And I don't know, I hope you feel stronger by the end of the week, but really I want to ignite a fire in you about why getting stronger is worth working on. That's really the goal by the end of this week. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna be talking all about nutrition, and can you tell this like kind of lights me up, but all about the specific ways you can eat to help your body build muscle, which is just, I've found it to be super fascinating as I've been learning more about it the past several months. Oh yeah, strength isn't just about muscle. Yep. So that was really just kind of the mental strength, courage, follow through, resourcefulness, all of those pieces that I was mentioning. But yeah, I hopefully connected the dots on that, but that like the habit of daily exercise, or, you know, it doesn't have to be every day, but a regular exercise habit is exercising that mental strength, even as you're gaining physical strength too. All right. I think that's it, guys. Unless you have any other questions, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.